Section 1. The power within. Ever feel like your brain is a tangled mess of thoughts? Don't sweat it. We've all been there. The good news is, you have a secret weapon just waiting to be unleashed. Critical thinking. It's like a superpower that helps you cut through the noise, make smart choices, and rule your world. Think of it as your personal BS detector, helping you separate fact from fiction, and truth from, well, you get the idea. This isn't just some boring grown-up stuff. Critical thinking is your ticket to acing tests, winning arguments, respectfully of course, and making decisions you won't regret later. It's about thinking for yourself, questioning everything, and not just accepting things at face value. Sounds pretty awesome, right? So buckle up, because we're about to embark on an epic journey to unlock your brain power. Get ready to ditch those mental cobwebs and unleash the amazing thinker you were born to be. Section 2. Thinking like a detective. Imagine yourself as a detective, but instead of solving crimes, you're solving problems and making sense of the world around you. That's what critical thinking is all about. Being curious, asking questions, and piecing together information like a pro. It's about looking beyond the surface and digging deeper to uncover the truth. Think about it. You wouldn't buy a new phone without checking reviews and comparing prices, right? That's critical thinking in action. You're gathering information, weighing your options, and making an informed decision. And guess what? You can apply this same awesome skill to every aspect of your life. From navigating the ups and downs of friendships to understanding complex topics in school, critical thinking is your secret weapon for success. It's about thinking logically, challenging assumptions, and coming to your own conclusions. Ready to channel your inner Sherlock? Let's go! Section 1. Unmasking critical thinking. Okay, so we've established that critical thinking is cool, but what exactly it? In simple terms, it's about thinking about your thinking. Whoa, meta, right? It means pausing before jumping to conclusions, asking why and how instead of just accepting things blindly. Think of it like this. You wouldn't share a juicy secret without knowing if the person was trustworthy, right? Critical thinking is like being your own fact checker. It's about analyzing information, evaluating different perspectives, and forming your own judgments. It's about being open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brain falls out. Remember that friend who fell for that ridiculous internet hoax? Don't be that friend. Critical thinking helps you sniff out the truth, even when it's hiding behind a smokescreen of bias, opinions, or straight-up misinformation. It's about being a savvy skeptic, someone who questions everything and doesn't just take things at face value. Think of it like this. Critical thinking is your mental spam filter, protecting you from all the junk out there. Section 2. Why critical thinking matters. No, seriously. You might be thinking, okay, critical thinking sounds kind of important, but does it really affect my life? Short answer, yes. It's not just some abstract concept you learn about in school. It's a real-life superpower that can level up your entire existence. Think about it. From deciding what to wear in the morning, comfort versus style, decisions, to navigating the choppy waters of social media, critical thinking helps you make sense of the world and your place in it. In school, critical thinking helps you ace those exams, write killer essays, and impress your teachers with your insightful questions. It's about connecting the dots, seeing patterns, and understanding the why behind the what. But it goes way beyond the classroom. Critical thinking helps you build stronger relationships, communicate more effectively, and make decisions you're proud of. Need to convince your parents to let you go to that concert? Critical thinking to the rescue. By logically presenting your case, addressing their concerns, and finding solutions, you increase your chances of getting that much coveted yes. See? Critical thinking isn't just about being a smarty pants. It's about navigating real-life situations with confidence and grace. Section 3. Level up your life. But here's the best part. Critical thinking isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can develop and strengthen over time. Think of it like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like any worthwhile pursuit, mastering critical thinking takes practice, patience, and a healthy dose of curiosity. So how do you level up your critical thinking game? Start by being more aware of your thoughts. What are your automatic responses to situations? Why do you believe what you believe? Once you start paying attention to your thought patterns, you can begin to challenge them, question your assumptions, and look for evidence to support your beliefs. Remember, critical thinking isn't about being right all the time. It's about being willing to be wrong, to change your mind when presented with new information, and to embrace the beauty of lifelong learning. It's about being open to new ideas, even if they challenge your existing beliefs. And trust me, the more you flex that critical thinking muscle, the more amazing your world will become. Section 1. Real Talk, Critical Thinking in Your World. Let's face it, life can feel like a chaotic whirlwind of choices, information overload, and the occasional drama llama situation. That's where critical thinking swoops in to save the day. It's like having a secret decoder ring for life, helping you navigate the ups and downs with confidence and smarts. Think about your everyday life. Have you ever gotten into a heated debate with a friend about, well, anything? Instead of letting emotions run wild, critical thinking helps you press pause, listen to their perspective, even if you don't agree, and articulate your own thoughts clearly and respectfully. Who knew thinking could be so cool? Or how about that time you were bombarded with ads for the latest must-have gadget? Critical thinking helps you see through the marketing hype, weigh the pros and cons, and decide if it's really worth emptying your piggy bank. See, critical thinking isn't about being a buzzkill. It's about making choices that align with your values and priorities. Section 2. Social media savvy, don't believe everything you see. Speaking of choices, let's talk about the elephant in the room, social media. It's a wild jungle of information, misinformation, and everything in between. And while it can be a great tool for connecting with friends and staying informed, it's also a breeding ground for fake news, online drama, and FOMO-inducing posts that can leave you feeling like you're missing out on all the fun. That's where your critical thinking cap comes in handy. Next time you're scrolling through your feed, take a moment to pause and think critically about what you're seeing. Who posted it? What's their agenda? Are they presenting a balanced perspective or just trying to push their own opinions? By asking these questions, you can start to separate fact from fiction and avoid falling prey to online manipulation. Remember, just because something is trending or has a gazillion likes doesn't make it true. Critical thinking empowers you to be a discerning consumer of information, to question everything, and to form your own opinions based on evidence and logic. Think of it like this. You wouldn't trust everything a stranger told you on the street, right? The same goes for social media. Always double-check your sources, be wary of clickbait headlines, and don't be afraid to fact-check anything that seems fishy. Your brain will thank you for it. Section 3. Ace your exams. Think like a test-taking ninja. Now let's talk about school. We know not always the most exhilarating topic, but hear us out. Critical thinking isn't just about acing those exams, although it definitely helps. It's about becoming a more engaged and insightful learner. Imagine yourself as a test-taking ninja, armed with the power of critical thinking. Instead of just memorizing facts and figures, although that's important too, you can use critical thinking to understand the underlying concepts, connect the dots between different subjects, and approach problems from multiple angles. For example, let's say you're tackling a history essay question. Instead of just regurgitating dates and names, critical thinking helps you analyze different perspectives, evaluate the significance of events, and craft a compelling argument supported by evidence. Section 1. Train your brain critical thinking workout. Just like any skill worth mastering, critical thinking requires practice. But don't worry, this isn't your typical boring workout routine. Think of it more like a mental obstacle course, where you get to flex your brain muscles, challenge your assumptions, and level up your thinking game. One powerful technique is to embrace the power of why. Next time you encounter an interesting fact, a controversial opinion, or even just a decision you need to make, don't just accept it at face value. Channel your inner 3-year-old and ask why. Why is this important? Why do I believe this? Why should I care? Asking why helps you dig deeper, uncover hidden assumptions, and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world around you. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, except instead of tears, you get to enjoy those sweet, sweet aha moments. Section 2. Games, puzzles, and brain-boosting fun. Who said learning can't be fun? Engaging in brain-boosting activities is like giving your critical thinking muscles a playful workout. Think of it as mental cross-training for your mind. Puzzles like Sudoku, crosswords, and logic games are like mental playgrounds for critical thinkers. They challenge your problem-solving skills, pattern recognition, and ability to think strategically. Plus, they're a great way to de-stress and give your brain a break from the digital world. But the fun doesn't stop there. Board games, card games, and even video games, yes, you read that right, can also sharpen your critical thinking skills. Strategy games, for example, require you to think ahead, anticipate your opponent's moves, and make decisions based on incomplete information. Section 3. Daily habits for a sharper mind. Building good habits is like setting your future self up for success. And when it comes to critical thinking, incorporating a few simple habits into your daily routine can make a world of difference. One powerful habit is to cultivate curiosity. Become an information sponge, always eager to learn new things and explore different perspectives. Read widely, watch documentaries, listen to podcasts, and engage in thoughtful conversations with people from all walks of life. Another helpful habit is to practice mindfulness. Take a few moments each day to simply observe your thoughts without judgment. Pay attention to how your emotions influence your thinking, and learn to identify any cognitive biases or negative thought patterns that might be holding you back. Remember, the more aware you are of your own thinking, the better equipped you'll be to think critically and make sound judgments. Section 1. Outsmarting your inner drama queen or king. We've all been there. Your favorite band announces a surprise concert, but it's the same night as your grandma's birthday party. Cue the inner meltdown. It's easy to let emotions hijack our thinking, leading to impulsive decisions we later regret. But fear not, critical thinking to the rescue. Think of critical thinking as your inner voice of reason, helping you navigate the emotional roller coaster of life with grace and composure. It's about acknowledging your feelings, because hey, we're all human, but not letting them dictate your actions. Remember that time you almost sent that fiery text message when your friend bailed on your movie plans? That's your critical thinking kicking in, reminding you to take a deep breath, consider the bigger picture, and respond in a way that aligns with your values. It's about choosing thoughtful responses over knee-jerk reactions, even when your emotions are screaming for attention. Section 2. Spotting fake news like a pro. In today's digital age, we're bombarded with information from every direction. But not all information is created equal. Fake news, misinformation, and biased perspectives are lurking around every corner, ready to trip us up if we're not careful. Think of critical thinking as your trusty BS detector, helping you sniff out the truth, even when it's disguised in a clickbait headline or a sensationalized social media post. Remember that time everyone was freaking out about that ridiculous online rumor? Critical thinkers don't just hit share without a second thought. They pause, they question, they dig a little deeper. Who's the source of this information? What's their agenda? Are there any red flags or inconsistencies in their story? By asking these questions, you can start to separate fact from fiction and avoid falling prey to online hoaxes and misinformation campaigns. Remember, critical thinking isn't about being cynical or distrusting everything you read. It's about being a savvy consumer of information and making informed judgments based on evidence and logic. Section 3. Think before you leap, or click send. We live in a world of instant gratification, where it's all too easy to fire off a quick text, post a snarky comment, or hit that buy now button without a second thought. But here's the thing. Our actions have consequences, both online and offline. That's why it's more important than ever to pause, reflect, and engage our critical thinking skills before we leap, or click send. Imagine this. You're scrolling through social media and stumble upon a heated debate about a topic you feel strongly about. Your fingers are itching to type out a fiery response, but before you do, take a moment to breathe. Are you contributing to the conversation in a meaningful way or just adding fuel to the fire? Are you expressing yourself respectfully, even if you disagree with the other person's viewpoint? Critical thinking encourages us to choose our words carefully, to consider the impact of our actions on others, and to strive for constructive dialogue, even in the face of disagreement. Remember, the internet never forgets. So let's make sure our digital footprints reflect the best versions of ourselves. Section 1. Unleash your inner genius. So there you have it. We've journeyed through the exciting world of critical thinking, from understanding its importance to dodging those pesky thinking traps. Remember that feeling when you finally solve a tricky puzzle? That's the power of your brain working at its best. Critical thinking isn't about being a know-it-all. It's about being a learn-it-all. It's about embracing curiosity, questioning everything, respectfully of course, and never stopping learning. The more you use your critical thinking muscles, the stronger and more awesome they become. You've got this amazing superpower inside you, ready to be unleashed. Don't be afraid to use it. Challenge assumptions, seek out different perspectives, and don't believe everything you see, especially on the internet. Remember, critical thinking is your secret weapon for navigating the ups and downs of life with confidence and smarts. Section 2. Go forth and think critically. The world needs your unique voice, your insights, and your ability to think critically about the big stuff and the small stuff. Whether you're tackling a complex school project, scrolling through social media, or just trying to decide what to have for lunch, critical thinking is your trusty sidekick, helping you make smart choices and live a more intentional life. So go forth, my friend, and unleash your inner critical thinker. The world is your oyster, and you have the power to make it a more thoughtful, informed, and awesome place. And hey, if you ever find yourself stumped by a particularly tricky problem, just remember those critical thinking skills we talked about. Take a deep breath, break it down, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. After all, even the most brilliant minds know the power of collaboration and a fresh perspective. Now go out there and show the world what you're made of.